Welcoming you back to crypto's juiciest news. Crypto markets, tanking, bleeding, sadness. We're going to be speaking about the US Fed, friends. Quietly injecting money in the background, stealth QE. We've got a Trump insider wallet. Got destroyed. We've got the balancer exploit. Very unfortunate. Running normal for 5 years. And then an exploit was found. We have Trump speaking about crypto. Ripple, a bit of Amazons, all of that coming your way and more. The Bitcoin monthly candles is disastrous. Everything's still dying. This is just 2 red monthly candles. It doesn't look like much out here, but the business cycle's still atrocious. The PMI data came out like 48.7 or whatever, below 49, but we already knew that because it's backwards looking. So without further ado, I'm just going to bring up the business cycle chart right here, and you and I are going to now add a black swan continuation, 36 months. But we already knew this was coming, right? That's what happens, friends. So the PMI, once again, below 50, 36 months in a row. Just to let you know, yes, in history, out of 140 years of recorded data, back to like 1870, we are living through the worst of the worst of the worst. It's never been this bad, according to that. It's never been this bad for this, in terms of this long. Okay, it's obviously gone to absolute lower levels, but the pain, it has not been anywhere near this long. I've been lighting candles. I don't know what else we can do at this point. It is quite sad. You've had hundreds of millions of people who believe in this stuff. And what have they been taught? They've been taught, oh, go blow your brains out. Go blow your own brains out. Go slit your own throat, because it doesn't actually get better. That's what everyone's actually, unfortunately, been sitting through. We've all been feeling it. It literally never got better, which is quite sad. Got better for gold. Got better for Taylor Swift concert reseller tickets. Got better for stock market Ponzi. Got better for Palantir, not even making any money. Trades at a 600 PE. Got money. It got better for a lot of places. Just never got better for us at all. A lot of people calling for the bear market, but you know what? We don't. There's no bottom signal. They've been calling for a bear market every 15 seconds, and they've been right pretty much for 4 years. It did never get better, which is sad. We look at the Bitcoin price action. We're on. It looks game over. Of course, it looks game over. It looks horrific. This is BTC, friends. I'll just show you the monthly levels. Here we are. We're below the previous monthly low. Actually, this is the wick. And remember, I'm using Binance chart and stuff like here. So we're still stuck in the big part of the range. Yeah, it's quite sad. If BTC, though, can reclaim this 107 area, it'll be all right. But yeah, it's hovering around here, dying. There's a lot of people really trying to jam this down. You can tell they're really trying to force it down. There are a lot of long-term sellers selling $100,000 Bitcoin. There are billions and billions of dollars. They've cashed out a lot. Yeah, it's been horrific. It's been horrific. It has been a complete nightmare. I know everyone complete regrets even looking at this industry. You feel like everyone's conned you. Yeah, man, I feel that same way too. But like, what do? You know, we took the chance. We thought, hey, things should eventually get better. After 4 years, they didn't. It got worse, which is very sad. I mean, what life lessons do you get from that? Don't try. Don't even go outside your home. Just don't take any risk at all. Right? Don't try fighting in the kitchen. Can't trust them. Oh, is that bottle of milk? It says it expires tomorrow. Don't risk it. You know, your friends in your house. Better kill them first. You never know. They might steal something from you. Yeah, because everything just gets worse, right? So we've just, the PTSD is huge, friends, and it will have ramifications for future crypto cycles. And yeah, I can tell everyone's going to get trapped somewhere. I guarantee you, everyone's going to buy Bitcoin too early. I know it's going to happen once the thing finally turns. This is the Bitcoin dominance chart. It is still 3 months below the 10-period moving average. It's moving up here because we have Ethereum getting turbo nuked. We've got a lot of controversy with WinterMute. They're considered like a parasite in the industry. I've seen some other people in crypto industry have come out. I don't know who these people are or which companies and stuff they're from, but a lot of people have come out and said, hey, WinterMute is #1 on our avoid list. Do not consult them for any market making. Just complete avoid. They are like on like #1 toxic nuclear waste. Apparently as well, WinterMute, friends, what we got to witness was WinterMute lost like 12% of the portfolio, so they lost like $80 million or something, or 70 million, and they're trying to sue Binance. That's a rumor. And in one of the interviews as well, what I'll do, I'll just show you, friends. Like it's kind of funny how funny the WinterMute founder, like he looks like a Bond villain. Here he is on the left here. Okay. Yeah, apparently, so on some of their coins, Binance, the coin went down to say $1, but then Binance did the ADL on them, which means they have hedged shorts. They take profit on them. So that's how they cover their losses, right? So if someone's losing longs, they force somebody who's short in the trade to take profit and provide you liquidity. But what actually happened was, with WinterMute, the coin's trading at $1, but then they go and they check their records, and then Binance says, oh, we covered your short at $5 price. Right, so they kind of like, they just rewind stuff. So that's what was a big controversy, because they're like, wait a minute, you just mean we're just totally liquidated? You tell me after the fact that, oh, you didn't actually cover at the prices that were here. We took profit on you, 15 minutes ago, way higher. So that hedge on the account, you've lost say $10 million on one leg, but the other leg you thought you're up like 10 million, but you're only up like 1 million. Okay, which means you have a net loss of 9 million. So that's pretty much all the controversy and stuff going out here. We'll have a look at Ethereum's price action as well. Absolute garbage. Yeah, it's very sad, man. It's very sad. We broke through the monthly low. Only bad things happen now. They've been happening for a long time. Is anything going to come out to our rescue? Well, it hasn't come to our rescue before, so I just don't know why anything would ever get better, right? What else can we look at, friends? We have to look at total crypto industry is now back to, oh, actually, look at this, friends. A 6-month candle for Bitcoin is red now. Red. So I guess everyone's definitely expecting a bear market to start. You can feel it here. Total crypto is at 3.5 trillion. Oh, man, what a total joke, man. What an absolute abomination joke. 3.5 trillion for this entire industry. That's literally global finance. Banks are literally adopting the tech. Like Jamie Dildo literally came out and said, well, you guys win, crypto dudes. It's the future. We're actually all going to use it. You guys were right. But, friends, I'm going to give you a bit of hope. I don't like doing it because, like, it's been getting bad. I feel embarrassed because it literally, everything's been getting worse every day for the past 4 years. Nothing ever got better. Everything kept making lower lows. And when you had any resemblance of some sort of alt season, it was a JPEG steal money from everyone season, and then that just dies on its ass. So, like, whatever. I'll just present for you information here. Yeah, it could be over. Whatever. I mean, like, as far as I'm concerned, it was, for everyone saying, oh, it's over, I'm saying, like, dude, like, it's been, we're still dying from 4 years ago. You know what I mean? Like, we never left the hospital patient bed. Okay. This is OTHERS-btc chart. Okay, friends. What I'm going to show you is I'm going to have to give you the most bullish, interesting information here, but, whatever. Okay, so the US Fed has quietly injected money, billions of dollars, into their repo line facility 2 days in a row now. So breaking, the US Fed injected another $22 billion in liquidity today. The Fed pivot has already started, quietly filling up the repo tanks in the background. The money printer is always working in the background. You see this chart, friends? They're actually filling it up. Now, I have messages from the great Lynn Alden. All right, now this is very interesting. She said this period of time, and I'm like, I know that period of time. Look at this. All the QE, QT, SOFR repo stuff that's happening now is basically just like back in 2019, except now the Fed has a standing repo facility. Both times, a rapid TGA refill was a big catalyst. I have an explainer thread on 2019 repo spike before. So TGA is the US government's Treasury General account. They fill up that account and the government spends money, and that's actually correlating with crypto and stuff and liquidity around the economy over time, okay? Right now, that's being drained. Okay, it hasn't moved because there's a government shutdown. So, unfortunately, Polymarket now have the highest odds is for the government shutdown to go all the way past Thanksgiving. So, it's until December. But you don't know when it comes. Someone can come out and change their words anytime, right? So, it looks like it's really, really, really over. Oh, the government's never, ever going to turn on again, right? So, some sort of political theater. So what we might see is, see when he says the September 2019 repo spike? This is what I want to show you, friends. If we go back to my OTHERS-btc chart, Okay, this is why as soon as I looked at that, I go, oh, I know that date. Look at when it was the literal bottom for altcoins. Okay, it was literally the bottom right here, friends. Look at this. Here you go. August 2019, and then they did the repo thing the next month. You see that? You see it right here. You can see it. August and September 2019. And you can see, friends, also look at the Fed balance sheet. It started going up because they know the economy was going to crack in the future. They started like printing money and putting it in an account to use it later. It was just what ended up happening was zombie virus, and we had a huge resurgence upward. They needed to like inject a lot. Okay, so look what's actually happening here, friends. Isn't it like it's similar? That's why Lynn Olden says, hey, it's same thing that's happened in 2019, right? Where you have the US Fed's QT is now stopping, right? So maybe it's going to have that little tick up. What we have here, that little tick up. Maybe we're going to start to see something like that, right? And then obviously everyone's going to expect a giant zombie virus thing, but maybe it doesn't happen like that, all right? So that's why I wanted to show you. It is very interesting that, you know, we're going to look back and go, oh, wow, when did the QT stop? It was like, you know, December 2025. And that's when like the first, say, green OTHERS-btc candle might appear. Just like what happened before. And yeah, it was literally up only from that point. It's just, it took a long time, right? You had to go through the end of the year. You had to move into March, 6 months of that. And then you basically started the DeFi season, which nobody even realized it was DeFi season until the final 2 to 3 months. Okay. So you literally had, I mean, check it out. We've had so many red months in a row. You had 1, 2, 3, and then 4 out of 6 of the next candles were green. And 2 of them pretty much dojis with OTHERS-btc. But like, we're just coping at this point. Just keep moving the goalposts. I don't know. Like, I don't know what else to do, friends. What do you do? Just give up? End yourself? Like, just, I don't know what else. What do we learn from this? Hundreds of millions of people. You guys suck. Okay. We figured that out a long time ago. What kind of makes it even more atrocious as well, friends, if you look at Bitcoin's monthly chart, okay, from here, it's up, 12% for the year. 12% since January. Wow, man. So actually, no, sorry. It's up 8%. Damn, man. Is that a bull market? Bitcoin, you went up 8%. That's, yeah. What do we do, man? Next year's year of the horse. Year of the horse. We really do feel like it's year of the snake, don't we? And snakes. So I'll now continue, friends. So that's why I want to show you the most important part of what's going on. But yeah, the price action and everything out here, just look, it's trash. Like, it's always been trash. You know, remember I've told you thousands of times, like, we can't really get excited. We need Ethereum above 5,000. Man, how sad it was. It literally went and ticked $5,000 like for a minute and then went back down again. Just, man, I just don't know. What do you do at this point, dude? Like, friends, you know what's even more sad? I can't believe we just watched this level of scamming. Friends, Ethereum, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It has now been here 8 times on this stupid $3,800 zone. It was a freaking fake out again, this is how sad it was, 3,800. So here we are again for the freaking 8th time. Can you believe it? Wow, man, this is just absolutely insane. What the hell, man? Maybe this is like our absolute bear market floor. Maybe this is what happens I don't want to entertain this thought. Maybe we go up to 13K, back down. I don't know. I don't have the motivation to even entertain the thought of going up. It's just been getting worse for 5 years. Nothing ever gets better. So what do? Don't stop believing. As well, friends. So we have more news. The crypto industry continues to dump and destroy everyone's hopes and dreams after 4 years of holding. I want to show you something as well, friends. Like, let's play some Xenogears music. Okay. Picture this. It's 2022. We've just been destroyed. All right? We've just been destroyed. I'm on Twitter. Who do I see? I see Gainzy. What's Gainzy doing? Gainzy is laughing at poor people. Saying, you're poor, you're stupid, you're broke. That was an easy cycle. You shouldn't have lost any money, but you're stupid. He was saying stuff like that, putting people down a lot. He was saying, oh, you deserve all the pain you get. I'm better than you. That was Gainzy, you know. Could have portfolio 10, 20, 30 million, 40 million, whatever he had up there, okay? He was laughing. He was spitting on people, okay? And I remember thinking, man, I don't know how karma's going to get this guy because he looks invincible right now. he looks invincible. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just like, wow, like, you know, he's probably made 15, 25 million. Everyone's totally broke. Still broke, by the way. Never got better from that year. But I'm just telling you, right? And we're in the anger phase of the Wall Street cheat sheet. So it was the second half of 2022. Little did I know the story of Gainzy would play out. He's now accepting sponsorships on webcam for 100 people on his stream. And he is doing like pump fund allegation of like, you know, rugging and like doing some random stuff. Lost a lot of sponsorship. Says he got turbo nuked. I never thought this would have happened, man. Do you understand? Like you know, karma works, but like I'm just telling you, I see the same thing now. I see there are KOLs out there here. I'm just going to let them be. You know, they point fingers at everyone saying, you're stupid. I had the right portfolio. Oh, you should have bought Zcash. And they're saying, they actually dare say stuff like that. But karma's going to get them, friends. Karma, I don't know, it just works. Karma works. Now, it's sad for us. We're still believing. We know we have good spirits and good hearts. It's being destroyed to zero right now. Feels like the devil's winning. But still, I'm going to show up for you every day. Light the candle. But yeah, I wanted to show these anecdotal stories here for you because I just thought, man, that person, like, when it's never, ever going to take them out, is it? And then it does. It does, you know? And I don't want them to get taken out. I don't want them to do that bad stuff in the first place, but it's how the cycles work. The Trump insider wallet with 100% win rate then loses everything. He's down 45 million. So, do you remember? Oh, man. Can you believe it? You know that Trump insider wallet that had a literal 100% win rate? It was trading Trump's news. The thing just blew out $45 million. Lost everything. Okay? Why? What happened? Well, remember, look, you can know news ahead of time. It does not mean you have mastered markets. Okay? Markets react to news. Yeah, it's not static. It's not in one place. It's based off expectations. All right? So this Trump insider knew the news ahead of time. He knew, there was going to be bad news and then good news and then bad news, good news. Yeah, so he got 3 of them right, but then lost everything on the last one. Why? Because no one cared about the Trump China deal. Okay? It's just how markets and cycles work, friends. Because, look, ultimately at the end of the day, if you knew the news ahead of time, you'd be a trillionaire. You just keep creating news ahead of time. It's not enough. Okay? Markets, there's a lot of players in there. And that's why you have to look at price action and, like, you know, you have to look at all the players that are doing what they expect. Do you see now? It's a lesson. This person just like blew 45 million. Like, think about it. You had the cheat code, man. You had Trump telling you basically you knew what the news was going to come out. You still lost. All right? It's a very important lesson there. Okay? And that's why I'm also telling you. See the Fed's ending QT in December, and there's probably going to be a print next year. Yeah, we will already have been going up before it happens. Okay? But how much up? I don't know. Like, you know, can it even repair the damage? I'm not sure at this point, honestly, to make it worthwhile. So here we have another big news event. So AMM DEX, so Balancer. So Balancer is like Uniswap, except Uniswap's 2 tokens, right? Right, token A and token B. Yeah, you can provide a pool like Ethereum and like USDT. But for Balancer, it lets you do multiple tokens at once. You can do like 5 tokens together. Okay, and it's kind of like, you know, it's like one pool, like a portfolio. Unfortunately, there was an exploit. A 70 to 120 million dollars was drained. Now, why this is harmful, friends, just to let you know, do you know Balancer, they were working on the Uniswap code before Uniswap. That's how OG they were. They released it like first. They were like building that back in 2017. I think they were actually like, yeah, first. They were trying to do it. And I think they did do it, but it just never took off. Right? I think it was something around that. Something to do with that sort. They were very early to it. But Balancer, it's just one of those DeFi projects. Used to have a bullet in it and just never went anywhere. Also, this is the most unfortunate part. Balancer audited 5 companies, 5 years. It's audited by every industry professional, and they could not find his bug. So I'm not a coder, dude. I don't know how that happens personally. I really don't know how. Is it like you have like you have a cockroach nest in your home and you never check the roof or something? I don't know, like how they did it. They changed some whitelisting thing and they were able to drain money. Very sad. But apparently as well, what people did is they found some coder thing left on the chain. And so what people said is this person most likely plugged it into AI and they said, hey, here's the code, AI, ChatGPT, here's the code. Where is there an exploit? How would you how could you exploit? I'm trying to work on security. How would you exploit? Is there an exploit? And ChatGPT might have said, oh yes, there actually is. You know, this thing could be, you know, it could have been wild. That's probably how it worked out. That's why everyone said this was like a vibes hacker. Yeah, we don't have a full information out here. But also, so rumors that the exploit plugged it all through AI. Many chains have done emergency forks or pauses on the hacker address. So like Bearer Chain and a few of these other chains, they've all responded. They've stopped their validators. They all colluded. They either disabled the address of because Balance was on many chains, right? They disabled their address or whatever. But I think, yeah, they steal the Ethereum one first because that's the biggest pile of honey there. So yeah, that's why, friends, you also see why Richard Hart uses, for example, the Omni Bridge, which is frustratingly slow sometimes, but it's for a reason, which has never been broken. Okay, so that's why in crypto you can't update code and stuff all the time. Once it's set, you got to make sure it's right. It's like a bridge, right? President Trump says China is getting very big into Bitcoin and crypto, and then he adds he only cares about one thing: will we be #1 in crypto? So these types of news events, they're depressing to see because they don't mean anything. And, you know, oh no, cycles are more, obviously, the cycle is all that matters, right? And expectations of where we are. But it is sad to know that it's like, almost like we're destined to be cursed, you know? You know, if Kamala Krappers won and this happened, we would have been like, oh man, if Trump won, it would have been amazing. No, we got the timeline where Trump did win, but we're cursed anyway. What do we make of that? I don't know, friends. I pray every day. I don't know literally what else is there to do. Except literally, like, you know, what else is there left? Click, sell, and walk away, and then go do what? Go buy the top of stocks, and then panic on a 3% drop. And then you got to watch all the stock market dudes saying, you know, we're expensive. We've been going up for 14 years. You want to deal with that mess? It's a mess no matter where you go, man. MicroStrategy have bought 397 Bitcoin, worth $45 million. So MicroStrategy, Michael Chad Saylor, still pumping away. Obviously, what we do here, friends, we always check out the MNAV ratio, which I'm loading for you here. This is Bitcoin MicroStrategy 1.10. It's still around 1.10. That is the value of the Bitcoin. There's still a 10% premium for the value of the Bitcoin on MicroStrategy's balance sheet. And I watched him talk about all the Ponzi shares and stuff and the yield and everything going out here. I think we need some angel music during these times. Hope you appreciate it, friends. He's been very tough, man. I just wake up every day. I'm like, man, what do you do, man? Like, I don't know what you do. What can we possibly learn from this? Life never gets better. End yourself now. What can we possibly learn from this? You know, what can we learn? I don't know. You know, I know what people are going to say though. Just buy Bitcoin and buy Bitcoin only. Okay. Come back to me in 24 months. I'm telling you, friends, the cycle's going to change, and what's what happens, man? The crowd is just going to go stack another side. What do we do, man? You know, this is and it's got nothing to do with the BTC part. BTC can still run up when the business cycle's low. All right. I'll cover this again in Yummy updates, but I just want to show you, friends. Look at the bad PMI that came out. It came out 48.7. Look at the past 3 crypto cycles. Okay, we had bad PMI. This was literally, friends, a period of about 6 months. Okay, 6, 10, and 12. Okay, 6, 10, 12. We are now month 36. Bad PMI. Look how horrible this is. Look how disgusting this is. This tracks the business cycle. Okay, so what does that mean? Obviously, I've explained for you many times. If it's below 50, it means people are spending less and less and less and less and less over time. Okay, they're not confident for the future at all. Every crypto bull market that's happened, you can see where even 2013 is. Okay, PMI hits for 54. And in 2017, look, PMI went above 55, and here we hit 55 to 60. Each of 3 cycles. Look at that. We've never gone positive. The fake out was Trump winning. Yeah, so Trump winning. What a year of the snake, by the way. What a year of the snake. We've also got, let's see how the crypto KOLs are traveling. Here we have Miles, shirtless. I'm losing millions in crypto, and I'm effing frustrated. Yeah, man. So everyone feels that way, Fred. Like, we put down our lollipops, we put down our spoons, and just, you know, now you're gonna have to deal with. You don't deal with these people. Now there's gonna be people saying, Oh, I should have sold. They're going to get those people. Oh, I should have sold and done this and then bought XRP and rotate the XRP to buy Zcash and then rotate the Zcash to go put a short with James Wynn. You're going to get those people. Oh, man, it's just... We've been dealing with that for 4 years. It's still getting worse. Cripple, friends. Ripple is launching a digital asset spot prime brokerage service in the US of A. Bullish for XRP holders. XRP is getting obliterated like everything else as well. None of these news even matters. Honestly, no point even reading these. Amazon announces $38 billion partnership with OpenAI. That's what we're seeing out here. Also, friends, I want to give you this interesting information. So, Polymarket now have 52% chance for Bitcoin to hit 100K this month in November, right? 50, so it's 50-50, you know? Comebacks, 50-50. It's been rocketing up. And I think just everyone's really tired, man. We're just tired. We have the US dollar, which we haven't shown in a long time. It's meant to be traveling down, and it's starting to do a reversal up. What's it going to do? Squeeze everyone now, then they print money. Maybe that happens. You know. Stocks, friends. Stocks continue to maintain their skitsy strength part. This is the S&P 500. A lot of volatility. This is only like 1% drop stuff out here. This is kind of funny. This was October, and it ran on a 5% move up here. Okay. Could we see someone going down? Yeah, man, like we knew something bad was happening. Like stocks were literally going parabolic and then crypto just refused to move. You're probably wondering as well, what about the global liquidity fractal? Well, it's very sad, man. Here we have it here. It's still on, taking its time. It's meant to move mid-November, which is literally, it's meant to move now. You know what I mean? Like what do we do? Like meant to move up, recover by literally by the end of this week or next week. We just put our hands up. I don't know. This is the gold fractal. And on top is the global liquidity. So, I don't know what. Some sort of scam is going on, dude. So, we disconnected from global M2. And now we're praying for this gold thing to work. Oh, my gosh. Can you imagine that doesn't work? And, you know, blockchain back and everyone's right. We are going into a freaking 1 year bear market. Jeez. Like, I know what everyone's saying. Like, well, 4 years of pain. Here we go. Okay, so where to from here? Bitcoin, friends, is still hanging around here. There's been a lot of people. They've been trying to sell. They've been trying to literally ruin this and kill it. They've been trying to kill BTC here. Okay, this is why it's very important. We're just waiting to see, can it reclaim this 107K mark? That's where all eyes are on here. Or is this going to be a little fake out and we are going down to zero? Is that going to happen, right? Remember, I've given you the information, friends, about the US Fed. That's actually, you know, it's interesting. You know, we did have altcoins now bottomed. You know, have they now bottomed? Like, it's timed in the same month with the repo thing, but we don't know. You know what I mean? We have no idea. Everyone's been trying to be optimistic. Like, everyone's given up. Friends, it is funny as well. It's funny. It's sad, actually. I'm disgusted by these people. We shouldn't be friends with people like this. The people who are celebrating other people losing money, okay, they are literally subhuman filth scum. And a lot of Bitcoin maxi people, sadly. I hate to say it. A lot of it is Bitcoin people. Unfortunately, with Bitcoin people, see, Bitcoin, friends, is up 8% for the year. But because alts are ravaged, okay, they're seeing themselves as superior again. And I can't help but wonder what's lurking on the other side for them. Because of, look what happened with Gainzy. Well, that's why I share with you the anecdote story. I'll never forget that. Yeah, I was watching Gainzy. I was just like, you know, I never wanted anything bad to happen. Of course not. I never think anything would. I just like, whoa, what a freaking turnaround, man. What a turnaround. So I'm seeing the same stuff. And, you know, you sold to BlackRock and all these other stuff. You can only imagine what comes out later on. That's why, you know, that Bitcoin dominance, when it finally does turn, everyone's going to be like, oh, okay, cool. The market's silly. It's letting me out. No, dude. We've been going down for 5, 6, 7, 10, 15, 30 years by that point. Once it starts reversing, it ain't no accident. This is the ETH-BTC chart. We're still hanging around here, friends. ETH-BTC around 0.033. Absolutely atrocious. But I'm hoping that it's just around its little channel levels here before it can go up to 0.055. I hope it gets better. Let's move the goalposts. 2026. And if 2026 doesn't work, 2027. Like, subscribe, belly button all. Catch you in the next one.